Valentines Day Breakup. I don't like asking for gifts and always say no when my boyfriend asks what I want because the gesture isn't the same if I have to ask. But this year, I told him to get me anything small, a card, a single rose, dessert we can eat together, anything. At the end of our date, there was another girl in the parking lot with flowers and balloons. I made a joke saying some girls have all the luck, expecting him to laugh because I was still hoping he had something for me in the car. Instead he got in the car and locked me out. I tugged on the handle and he said stop. I stopped, expecting him to unlock it, but instead he started driving off. So I flipped him off and started repeatedly tugging on the handle. He finally let me in and accused me of breaking the handle, and said that's why he couldn't afford to get me anything. He called me materialistic and said that his company should be enough. He asked what I got for him and I reminded him that I had chocolates delivered to his house well in advance, and he said it doesn't count because it wasn't on the 14th. We're broken up now and I feel horrible. Too long didn't read. I asked my boyfriend to get me anything small for Valentine's Day and he said that makes materialistic because his company should be enough, and now we're broken up. Edit. Thank you so much for all your comments. I'm still reading through them. I just want to clarify that we always take turns paying, and that we go on dates regardless of whether it's Valentine's Day or not. So to me, the date didn't feel the same as a Valentine's Day gift. I kind of expected to receive something, no matter how small. And no, we didn't end up having any sort of dessert. Edit 2, you guys have no idea how much it means for me to finally have my feelings validated after constantly being told that I'm overreacting. I've been feeling unusually peaceful all day, so thank you! Exclamation mark. Your Valentine's Day gift is that you are free of this loser, and I couldn't be happier for you. Smile. You deserve better. If I could, I'd send you some flowers and a postcard. Wish you all the best. Be glad you are rid of him. Do not feel guilty. He is a jerk. This sounds like he was looking for a reason. If not, this is ridiculous. I don't get how guys can love their girl/wife and still do nothing for Valentine's Day. It takes so little. Not having money isn't an excuse. He could write a nice note or make a card of something. If he wanted to put the effort in, he would have. You'll find someone else who cares enough to try. I fucked up meeting my boyfriend's family and I don't know if we can recover. So I, 19F, met my boyfriend, 25 meters, on Tinder over the pandemic. We started talking in April, finally met in June and started hanging out, made it officially in August. On Valentine's Day he told me to come over and his parents would come over so I could meet them too, and I was super nervous and excited. I wore a really cute outfit, a cute skirt with nylons and a pink long sleeve top with a sweetheart necklace. I got there and he said I looked like a child and to change, but the only clothes I have at his place are like comfy clothes that are not cute, so he told me I could borrow a dress from one of his exes that he still has, and it was nice and black but it was a bit small because I have bigger boobs than she did, I guess. So he told me I had to cover up and lent me one of his sweaters that was a bit big, so I felt a little bit ridiculous. Then he asked me what I planned on making and I was confused because it's his place and he never told me I would be making food for him and his parents and I didn't have a plan. So he got upset and said that it's normal for the woman to cook to impress the parents, and that's why he had asked me for groceries during the week, but I assumed he just meant stuff I would like for us and didn't understand. So I made some pasta, but I don't know how to make pasta sauce, so I just used some out of the can of tomato paste with garlic, and it was super simple and I felt kind of ashamed, and he said it was fine. His parents came and they were nice and they said thank you for the food, but after they left my boyfriend said they were not impressed. Anyway, at dinner his mom asked me how school was going and I was confused because I am not in college yet. I was supposed to go this year but delayed it due to the pandemic, so I told her and she got offended and asked why I dropped out, which I never did. and my boyfriend said that there was a misunderstanding because I didn't drop out, I just delayed it until next year, and his mom got kind of upset about it. And then we had some wine, and I'm 19, which is legal here, so I went for a glass and my boyfriend said I'm not allowed because I act up when I'm drunk, and then proceeded to tell his parents how one of the first times we hung out I got way too drunk and started sobbing about Disney movies and laughing, but his parents didn't think it was funny, and I started feeling like they think I'm incompetent, so I almost started crying, and I said excuse me and went to gather myself in the bathroom, and I could hear his parents talking, and I heard them say something like, "Are you sure she's mature enough for you?" and making comments about my outfit that I didn't even want to wear. So I went back and pretended I didn't hear it, but I was flustered, so I ended up knocking over the bottle of wine and it broke, and my boyfriend got super upset and I started crying, and his mom had to clean it up. BC, at that point I was crying and they left, and my boyfriend said I embarrassed him by crying like that. I slept over, but I'm home now and he hasn't even texted me. How can I fix this? I'm so upset. I wanted them to like me, but I get really insecure and I feel so dumb because if I had known I was supposed to cook, I would have picked out a recipe and I could have worn something else. And it is true, I get embarrassing when I drunk, but I only wanted one glass of wine. Is our relationship doomed? There's so much going on here I wouldn't even know where to start my thought, so I'll just end it. These people all sound judgy, painfully toxic, and very willing to take advantage of you. My only advice for how to deal with them is break up with your boyfriend and consider their whole family a bullet dodged. Secondly, you sound very immature. I'd strongly recommend taking a break from dating and try to develop a friend group who can spot this kind of behavior in the people you date in the future. Some people you trust who you can vet potential partners with if you can't spot this behavior on your own. This guy is such an asshole. There's a reason why he was concerned you didn't look mature enough in your original outfit. Because he is aware you are too young for him and his parents think the same. Is our relationship doomed? Yes, unless you like being abused. Please stop dating him. Your boyfriend sounds very controlling. He should have told you in advance if you were expected to cook something so you could prepare, and he should not have criticized your clothing like that and made you change. You can do better. I'm so overwhelmed by all these comments, so I'm just going to reply here to the top one. I am so overwhelmed. I really posted here because I thought that I did something bad by misunderstanding him and dressing inappropriately and then embarrassing you by crying, but now I'm feeling so confused. I took that as he abusive quiz and he fit a lot of the red flags that I never even noticed. Holy shit. He still hasn't texted me back and I want to text him, but I'm scared to now. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I do feel like this is not as good of a relationship as I thought, and I am absolutely in a state of shock. Thank you so much everyone who commented. I have never felt so blindsided when I really thought I was the one who did something wrong and that he was in fact the one who didn't communicate and made me look bad. My husband, after 13 years together, got me nothing, not even a card, for V-Day. Long story short, we have known each other 16 years, married 13. We have never been big Valentine's Day people, but have always given one of the following: a card or chocolate/favorite candy, flowers, something the other wanted, etc. etc. Small things, just something. As all relationships often do, we got into a rough patch about 2 years ago and have been diligently going to couples therapy for over a year. It's still a work in progress, but we both state we want it to work. It's slowly improving. Then comes Valentine's Day. I got him a card, and funnily some organization bins for the pantry because I know he would love more organization in there. He did love it, BTW. And I got nothing. Not a card or chocolate or anything. He just bluntly said he got me nothing. Even before I gave him what I got him. I thought, okay, with the WFH maybe he just didn't want to venture out with it being cold and no reason to go anywhere. But he really wanted paninis for lunch and just had to go get bread for that. I, albeit stupidly, Thought maybe it was his way of being like, I goofed, let me pretend I want bread to get you something silly. But he came back empty-handed in the gift front. I feel so stupid for being upset over a holiday neither of us are particularly fond of. But to get nothing when all other years I've always gotten something. 15 years of gifts, they're nothing. I wanted to talk to him tonight about it, but my overthinking got the better of me. It's just silly Valentine's Day and things like we're in therapy for bigger problems, so pick and choose your battles. But here I am laying in bed, and I just can't think of why. Just sit with it for a bit. Why did he get you nothing? When he went to the store he could have bought you back something. But again he chose not to. He seemed to love your gift, so that did go down well. It was thoughtful for him, though perhaps not a personal gift. I can see the idea behind it. I would not be giving that sort of gift to someone for Valentine's, but each to his own. What stands out is that he did nothing and said that he did nothing for you. Did he seem embarrassed by it, apologetic, or defensive? It is a question you need to answer for your therapy. Why not get something? If he knows you well, he will know that it is hurtful to you to not get something, and in some way he even doubled up on it by getting nothing later on. He seems to be not emotionally involved in the relationship at this point, sadly. I think if things have got as far as couples therapy, then any sensible person would realize they need to use the opportunities that these days give to show that they care. It is not the money or the item. It's the showing that one person is holding the other in their thoughts. You are feeling that he doesn't care or think about you. And fair enough, honestly. Therapy is a good place to air these thoughts without going overboard. It's just about the effort, really. I was like that too. I just wanted my boyfriend to put in some effort. Honestly, I'd be happy with a card or even a Zoom call while we light a candle. It honestly didn't have to be anything big, but my BF didn't celebrate either, but I told him this year that I'd like him to do something no matter how small. Could be a $2 teddy bear, I really couldn't care less if it was a free flower off the street, just the thought that matters. He took me out to dinner and we ended up eating $170 worth of food, just two of us, leaving 2 meals for the next day. It was amazing food and some good company. You're not silly for being upset, I really get it. That's rough. It seems like it's not even monetary, he just doesn't give a shit at this point. Even something small like picking up food or chocolate is such a small price, yet shows a level of effort. No gift is just hurtful. That's unfortunately what I have been trying to talk myself out of all night. That his complete lack of effort along with no reason is a statement of some sort, and he did it purposely to be hurtful. It's always been a non-holiday for us, but like I said, we always at least got each other a card to show some appreciation. But the utter lack of care to do anything, even just communicate, he just didn't want to do anything this year, which would have been perfectly fine had it been communicated, makes me think it was done on purpose. It's late and I'm overthinking, I'm sure, but I just can't get past it. Feeling foolish thinking our relationship is improving, but he chooses to do that. We have not fought or even had a disagreement in like 2 months, so it can't even just be petty anger still over something. There was no cheating or anything incredible in our past. I just can't make sense of why he would just so blatantly show his lack of care. Maybe it's not about a Valentine's gift, but just a lack of effort. Said the two of you are working on things in therapy. It seems that if that is the case, then both of you should be more tuned in with each other and your own role in making a happy relationship. He didn't show that today, rather, he seems kind of checked out. Maybe that's the conversation to have rather than why didn't you give me a gift? Yes, I realize now I didn't express that as well as you did here. It's not the gift part that's bothering me, but more the complete lack of care / effort with seemingly no reason. Thank you for helping me clear that up.